Going live. Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Again, my name is Ben Rising. I'm the professor of J360, Managing Online Public Relations, through the IU School of Journalism and PR, through the IU School of Liberal Arts at IUPUI. So today we are talking Twitter. Twitter is pretty amazing. By now, you all have been tweeting. You all have been using hashtags with Twitter. And Twitter to me is an endless bout. It's just anything you ever want to know, you can find on Twitter, and I'm serious about that. I've never tried to search anything on Twitter and then not been able to find it on Twitter. And if one of you guys can stump me on that, I mean, hey, go for it, because I would love to be stumped. But let me ask you this first. So, anybody want to give their, anybody new to Twitter, anybody, been tweeting for a while and just kind of want to give your anecdotes? How have you felt now being, here we are, we're in the fourth week of class, and, how is Twitter going for you? Anybody want to, give us, kind of your synopsis before I get into what I want to talk about? Anybody?
Okay, I'll say something. I've been tweeting since 2010, 9, something like that.
Okay, for a while. Cool.
Yeah, I had my account I have had it a long time, but I didn't really use it much. So now I've had to unlock it, and it's making me engage more, and it's interesting. But it also, I feel better about posting a bunch of stuff on Twitter versus posting a lot of things on Facebook, because then I feel like I kind of flood my feed.
In the fourth week of class, and how is Twitter going? Somebody is playing the playback. If you could stop that or pause that. Talk about. Okay, there we go. Okay, carry on, Angela. Carry on. So you've been using it, and it was private, but now you've been using Twitter as an open tool. And it makes you think about it differently, you were saying?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I had my account a long time. I'm so confused.
Somebody's still playing it. I don't know who it is. It's one of you guys. I'm sorry. Check your screens to make sure you don't have the other window open.
Better about.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo! There we go. Carry on.
Okay, sorry. So I had it locked down, and then I like to post things on there versus posting a lot of stuff on Facebook, because I don't know, I feel like Facebook is more of a meaty type platform where you can interact with longer posts and stuff like that. So, but I don't know. It just feels weird. I feel kind of exposed to have my Twitter account unlocked now.
Yeah. But it's okay, right? I mean, you're understanding why we opened it up, and I mean, are you, let's see here. Oh, Jenna Spencer, you opened a Capture Smile. That's cool. You can actually take photos of the chat with that. That's fun. I haven't got into this. We'll get into it in Google Plus time, but there's so many options that you can do with the Hangouts. Anybody else have something to say about Twitter or an anecdote about Twitter that you'd like to share with everybody?
I'll go.
Cool.
I don't remember how long I've had a Twitter account, but I had kind of stopped using it, and I use Facebook a lot, and then I kind of stopped using that. So now I have to remind myself to tweet, because I'm so used to just not even looking at it. I'll post on Instagram all day long, but Twitter will get absolutely no action.
Yeah.
So.
Well, how's it going? Are you setting reminders, or are you just like, oh man, I got to tweet? I haven't thought about tweeting today, or in the last couple days.
Well, now I have it I have my app separated in a social box or whatever. So now when I open it, every time I open it, I see it. So then it reminds me, okay, you have to tweet something for class.
Cool. Yeah. And I'll tell you this, guys, man. Hey, a nice, amazing Spider-Man poster on your wall. I'm a geek fanboy. I love that.
Thank
you. Yeah, go Ramona. It is difficult at times, and I'll tell you, it is. I'm much lenient on grading in the first 4 to 6 weeks of class with your social media posts, because it is tough, and I know that it can be overwhelming. But I'm telling you guys, the more you keep tweeting, the more you keep doing your posts, the easier it gets, and it just gets kind of secondhand nature. And again, I'm not doing it just to make you guys tweet, but I'm doing it to help all of you kind of build your own personal brand. I mean, it's really cool how you can, people will find you, okay? So that's why I asked that, you know, half of your tweets be personal stuff, half of your tweets be about, you know, social media, PR, communications, digital media, because people will look for those things. And I'll tell you what helps that. I got somebody saying something to me today about I did an Instagram video. I was just messing around at work, and I got a lava lamp on my desk at work. So I took an Instagram video of my lava lamp, and I put like 20 hashtags on it. I'm a huge hashtag lover. But I'll tell you, you know, use the hashtags. Search hashtags, and you will be absolutely amazed about how that could open you up into a whole new world of information and disinformation that you guys can have. So, you know, here first we're going to talk about personal use on Twitter. All right. They're really, you know, Twitter, I tell everybody this, Twitter is the one social media platform that you can throw up and you can give people whatever you want. You can tweet 50 times a day and it's not going to piss people off unless you're saying, you know, the wrong type of thing. All right. I tweet probably 20 to 30 times a day. If I'm at an event or I'm, you know, somewhere where I really want to capture, you know, what I'm doing, I'll tweet more and more. But I'll tell you, it's very easy, and I've done this. It's very easy to use Twitter as a I'm pissed off mechanism. I've done it, okay? I've totally done it. You know, I've gone off, and you guys have seen about celebrities, you know, go off and start just tweeting on a rant for like an hour or two. And it's absolutely, you know, it's easy to do. I lived in Indianapolis until a year ago, and one of my social media fails is I was very involved in the community, and I got ticked off at a community organization called Indie Hub. And Indie Hub is a local nonprofit in Indianapolis that helps engage 20 and 30-year-olds, you know, kind of your younger, and to get them involved in Indianapolis, to get them involved in the urban type of field, to get them, you know, into the city itself. Well, it's funny. It makes me laugh. I didn't delete the tweets. You could actually go back and look at them. It's April of, I think, like 2012, if you'd want to search my Twitter stream. But there was a contest for, you all have probably heard of Zubilation. And Zubilation is the big gala that the Indianapolis Zoo holds every year. And there's a bunch of food there. People dress up. You go check out the animals, stuff like that. Well, my then fiance, who is now my wife, Slick LaRue, that's her Twitter handle, she was trying to go to be on the tweet team. Indie Hub had a tweet team of 8 specific people that they were going to let it free, give them tickets, give them VIP treatment. And she didn't get picked when I really thought she should have gotten picked. And so I said a few comments to them. You know, I was like, hey, guys, you know, what the heck is going on? Is this political? Is this personal? And they called me on it. And I absolutely responded back to them. I said I was sorry. And I moved on. But I'll tell you, for a few days, because during that time, I had my show Do It Indy. I was on television twice a week on Fox 59. So I was kind of a pseudo, you know, out there in the public eye figure, and I definitely got some hate tweets for it. I got some people that sent me some Fox 59 emails about it, wow. And to me, I was like, it really got me, because I was like, man, we tell people on television, and we tell people on our weekly web video show that we're on these things, but I never thought, oh, people aren't going to be personally following me. I thought they'd be following Do It Indy, but yes, they were personally following me, and that came back to bite me in the ass. So that can happen, and it can happen very easily. And in my tweets, I mean, it was a series of 3 tweets over like 10 minutes, and just like that, you know, I had to apologize and make up for that. Twitter can build your personal brand absolutely fantastically, and that's again why I have you doing that combination of the, you know, the personal and the professional tweets, especially for those of you that are juniors and seniors. I might be looking for internships. I might be looking to get into that PR job, to get in that communications job or that social job. I mean, I'm telling you, all of your employers are Googling you, and always in the top 10 comes up your Twitter account, and they are going to be looking at your tweets. And again, because I've asked that everybody have their Twitter accounts open, because that's how we can see and learn from each other. And it's an amazing, amazing tool. I'll tell you, one of the best things that I love with using it personally is when, and everybody feels good when this happens, when a big brand talks back to you. So 2 weeks ago, I was out the Outback Steakhouse with my wife, and I got one of the peachy foo-foo drinks called the Wallaby Darned. Man, they're really, really good. I didn't feel like drinking beer or anything hard that night. I just wanted something, like a daiquiri. So I took a picture of it on my phone, tweeted it, Outback Steakhouse, and this was like at 7:30 at night. Outback Steakhouse retweeted my tweet. Then they sent me a tweet and said, "Heck yeah, Ben, that's the way it's done." And that made me feel awesome. I mean, I was like, yeah. I said, "Hey, Kelly, hey, Slick, look, Outback Steakhouse tweeted me." Another one that I always tweet them, I'm a huge Coca-Cola lover. That's my drink. I don't drink coffee. I drink Coke in the morning. I probably drink too much Coca-Cola, all right? That's what makes me a chubby dude. But it is so refreshing, And we're not talking Diet Coke. I like the regular Coca-Cola Classic. Well, one of my favorite hashtags is Coconut Smile. And it was about 6 months ago. It was a bright, sunny day. It was like in the spring. And I was outside. It looked beautiful. I was like on a lake. And I was like, nothing perfect than a lake and a coconut smile. And Coca-Cola retweeted my tweet and favorited it. And that made me feel like, man, that's awesome. Coke is paying attention, and that is what the type of interaction that you're going for. I mean, it's really cool. Has anybody ever tweeted and had a business or a brand tweet you back? Any of you guys ever had that happen?
Actually, I had a complaint with, sorry, my phone's going off.
Okay.
A Peekaboo, it's a, basically you can print pictures, you can make photo books and different things, and they messed up my whole book, and so I just went on a rampage on Twitter and was like really disappointed with Peekaboo's customer service. They didn't help at all, and then they were like, "Oh, sorry, here, I'll give you a call in a second, DM your your telephone number," and I did, and they called, and then I got like a $50 credit on my account.
Nice. So you have to redo your Peekaboo book then.
Yeah.
This is my mutt. She's a rescue. Her name is Nala from The Lion King, so she just wanted to say hi to everybody. Okay, baby, get down. Go, scoot. Dad's got to teach. Get down. All right, sorry. I'm a dog lover. Fur baby. So that made you feel really good that they tweeted back to you, right? Yeah, that's all. Oh, I see how you did that. And then, so after you DM'd them and this and that, was there ever any other interaction, or was that kind of it?
No, that was kind of it. Because once they did that, I got everything figured out, and so that was nice.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so my wife, Slick LaRue, is her handle, SLICKLAROO, if you want to check out her Twitter handle. Kelly, what was it? Where were we at? Oh, it was, what was it? It was Chili's, I think. Chili's restaurant. We were at a Chili's restaurant, and our food just came out horribly. And she actually took a picture of it and tweeted it to Chili's, and then they sent her a gift certificate, kind of like how you got the $50 credit, but they sent her a gift certificate back, and was like, sorry about that. Another big brand that's talked with me, I like to eat, guys, is Burger King. All right, so Burger King about 3 or 4 months ago, they came up with these new crinkle fries. They call them Satis fries, which are absolutely kick-ass. They're so much better than their old fries, the straight ones and stuff like that. So I went there for lunch. I was on my lunch hour, went, and I was like, man, I tweeted Burger King, and I said, these Satis fries are awesome. So then the next thing I know, not even 30 minutes later, Burger King tweets me back and says, hey, DM us, give us your address. I DM'd them, gave them my address. They sent me a $5 gift certificate, you know, a $5 gift card, just to go back and have another meal on them because I said something nice about their actual, you know, their food. So, you know, on a personal level, hey, you can't go wrong with Twitter. So let's talk about Twitter for business now real quick. Some people would disagree with me on this, but I'm absolutely of the mindset, and I tell all of my students this, and I teach for the University of Indianapolis, and I tell them this too. If you have a business, or you have a nonprofit organization, or you have an event that you're trying to promote, you have to be on Twitter. I don't care if it's a for-profit, it's a nonprofit, it's a big business, it's a small little boutique business. Twitter is absolutely everywhere. And whereas there are other certain types of social media platforms that are more attractive to younger audiences, kind of like Instagram, Hyperlapse, Snapchat, or, you know, is younger, then Facebook is definitely gearing towards the older audiences now, and things like that. Twitter reaches out to everybody. If you look at the demographics of the people that are on Twitter, I mean, it ranges the lifespans. I mean, it goes everywhere from, you know, they say you have to be 14 years old to be on social media. Facebook kind of started that rule. You know, they make you click a thing that says that you're at least 14 years old. But, I mean, I've seen lots of young kids on Twitter, high school students on Twitter, college, adults. I mean, you name it. So Twitter for business, if you have your business, you can reach a demographic audience. So I'll give an example here of my place of employment, Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Before I started, Mary Free Bed basically used Twitter, and they would be like, oh, I just want to tweet once a day. And they would tweet once a day. It would be a B2C message. It would be no type of engagement whatsoever. It would be no type of pictures. They were usually just kind of a link back to either their blog or their website. And that was absolutely the wrong way to use Twitter for business. If you honestly want Twitter for business or your nonprofit or your event to be successful, Twitter is all about the engagement. And that's why I have you do your most postings on Twitter. I set a goal at Mary Free Bed. I have to at least post 5 times a day, Monday through Friday, and at least 3 times a day on Saturday and Sunday. And I did that to engage with people. And again, those posts are not me talking with someone or saying thanks. That's actually information that I'm pushing out. That's a B2C dissemination of information. But if you would go to the Mary Free Bed Rehab Twitter page today, their handle is MFB Rehab, and you would check out what MFB Rehab has been talking about, you'll see that I talk with people, I retweet people now, I do tweets from the community. There's a food truck that comes to our hospital system every day, and they're different food trucks. Half of them tweet, half of them don't. The food trucks that tweet, they know to tag Mary Free Bed now, and I always retweet them on Mary Free Bed's handle. You know, and some people might say, hey, you know, you're a rehabilitation hospital. Nobody cares on your Twitter handle about what's happening in your local area. Nobody cares about if this person's doing, you know, they might just want information, but that's a bunch of junk, you know. I hear that a lot from marketers that don't understand how to really use Twitter. They're like, oh, you have to craft your message to follow right along with your brand, and you can't be, you can't be engaged, you can't be talking. But no, that's absolutely wrong. One of the best examples of Twitter use for a medium-sized business in the Indianapolis area, Scotty's Brewhouse. You all have heard of Scotty's Brewhouse, I'm sure. Their Twitter handle is REWHOUSE, and they are absolutely amazing. They have Twitter contests. They talk with people. Scott Weiss, Scotty himself of Scotty's Brewhouse, he gets on and he'll talk sometimes with people, and half the time their Twitter avatar is a picture of Scotty because they're trying to put a personal face behind that. But I'll tell you, you know, with my experience and how I've used business tweets, I usually don't use the face of a person. I usually use the logo of the business or something that's representative of the business itself. So, excuse me, I need to take a Coke and a smile real quick. That's good. So you can't go wrong with that. When I was in Indianapolis and I was doing my show Do It Indy, I would take and their Twitter handle is just Do It Indy. Okay, check it out. They're not very good at tweeting now. My co-host and the new guys that do it, but I was very active, and I would tweet at least 20 to 50 times a day on Do It Indy. I actually made Do It Indy. It was all about finding the cool and eclectic different types of events that were happening in the city of Indianapolis, but I also made it a media hub. I would talk about the weather. I would talk about big things that are happening. One of the things that it still gets to me this day was, and you all will probably remember this, 2 years ago when the Indiana State Fair stage collapsed during the Sugarland concert. A lot of people were hurt. Some people actually got killed with that. Well, I was actually it was a Saturday night. I'd been out I think I was at a Naptown Roller Girls roller derby, and I had just gotten home, and I looked, and I saw that happened. So I stayed up all night long until about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, sending out updates and tweets every minute upon 2 minutes. I mean, I think I tweeted about the State Fair collapse and information probably, I think it was when I went back and looked, like 250 tweets in the span of just a few hours that I was doing that. And this was from like 9 p.m. to like 3:30, I think, in the morning that I actually stayed up and did that. And then, again, that's another very good, useful resource if, your business has something to do with the community, if your business has, an investment with the people in your area, be there for them. Help them out. Give them something that they might want, that they need to know, and that, helps them in a time of crisis. Now, and then I'll get into this now. The other problem, news breaks on Twitter first. That's how I found out about that. Before WTHR Channel.
Okay, is he frozen for anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cam is on.
What's happening? I'm confused.
Hopefully. Can somebody tweet him? I'm sure he's watching that.
Yeah.
He just tweeted and said his internet took a goober on him and he's coming back now. I'm not sure what a goober is, but it sounds painful.
So is he coming back?
Oh, he just sent me a tweet and he says, "Tell the class we are done. Sorry."
Awesome. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.